Guys, GoFest is officially 1 month away in Pokemon Go, and I hope you guys are excited. I want to talk about how to get ready for GoFest. Start prepping now so you can have the best experience. So without further ado, let's get right into it with my top tips to be ready for GoFest 2024. So the first tip, and I always mention this first because it's the one that you want to make sure you're doing the most ahead of time, and that's going to be Pokecoin prep. Yes, if you get Pokecoins before GoFest, not only can you buy different raid passes, different boosting items, and also upgrade your storage, all allowing you for just a better Pokemon Go experience during GoFest, since you'll be able to do more raids, catch more Pokemon, etc. So we want to make sure we're getting on it ahead of time. The first way, of course, to get Pokecoins, the most tried and true method, has always been gymming. You can get 50 coins from gyms every single day when your Pokemon get knocked out, and obviously there's 30 days until GoFest. That's 1,500 Pokecoins from here until GoFest if you gym every single day. An extra 1,500 Pokecoins, that's a bunch of extra raid passes, or a bunch of extra storage, or some lucky eggs to use. You can even save that and buy a bundle where you can even get more value out of those Pokecoins. So do not sleep on gymming. Now, the best gymming strategy, in my opinion, I call is the drop and then heal strategy. I just came up with that name. Pretty much, you're gonna go ahead and drop your Pokemon into a bunch of gyms, and you're gonna slowly let one of them die out while giving berries to all the other ones. I don't have any Pokemon in gyms, but if you don't know, you can come down here and see all your Pokemon in gyms, and you can actually access them through the gyms through this menu, and then feed them berries. You'll pretty much wanna heal all your Pokemon except one, which will make it a lot more enticing for any trainers coming by to knock out that Pokemon, and then the next day, heal every single one except one, and keep doing that. Obviously, this is not a tried and true method, but that can be a good strategy. Also, it can also be great to team up with trainers from other teams in which you guys get a gymming routine. For example, at one of my local gyms, I'll go in and drop in a Pokemon, stay in there for 8 hours because it takes 8 hours to get you your total 50 coins, and then a person which I'm communicating with from another team will come in, knock out, they'll go in for 8 hours, and then vice versa, and we'll continue to switch, do that every single day to maximize our 50 coins. Do not sleep on gymming. Again, 1,500 free coins up for grabs until GoFest. The second way to get coins is, of course, going to be through paying for them. Now, the first way you can pay for coins and actually technically get them for free is through survey apps. Yes, apps like Google Opinion Awards, Zap surveys, and other apps that will get you to do surveys for money can be a great kind of free way to get coins, and very easy as well. I've used Google Opinion Awards before, where it gives you a quick survey, every couple days, you do it and you get a couple coins. No way is this gonna get you thousands of coins before GoFest, but it can be a great method, and can even be good to get those $1 community tickets every once in a while. But honestly, it's almost like a job, and I always recommend the best way to get Pokecoins is to buy them, because it's just kind of how Pokemon Go works, unfortunately. So getting a job might be a consideration. I know the top comment on this video is gonna be like,
bro really told me to get a job.
But yeah, get a job. Pokemon Go is a free-to-play game, but it's a pay-to-get-ahead game. You can play it for free, but you won't get very far. So if you really want to maximize on your Pokecoins and do as many Necrozma raids or whatever during GoFest, consider getting a job, maybe even something simple like raking lawns or cutting grass, or maybe something like McDonald's, which I used to work at and use that money to buy Pokecoins, but definitely consider it. I will say as well, if you do have money and are planning on buying Pokecoins, go to the Pokemon Go web store right here. On this website, you will get a lot more value out of your coins. For example, if you buy the maximum bundle, you're getting 1,000 free extra coins. It's not a huge amount of extra coins because you're buying $140 worth, but it's still better than nothing. So buy through the web store instead of buying in the app. Okay, Pokecoins can get us pretty far, but something we're really gonna need during this GoFest is going to be Pokeballs. Pokeball prep, don't sleep on it. I always recommend keeping 80% of your storage, if you can, towards Pokeballs. Having Pokeballs means you can catch Pokemon, which you can get Stardust, XP, all that stuff. It's just the core game mechanic, and you want to have as many Pokeballs as you can. So how do we prep them? Well, number one method, of course, if you are in a busy area or an area where there's, a good amount of stops, is going to be to use an auto catcher and hit a grinding route and spin as many stops as you can. I have a grinding route in Ottawa along Richmond Road where you can go ahead and grind I think it's 500 Pokeballs an hour or something like that. Throw on your Go++, go spin them, really easy, just drive or be a passenger in a car, or you can even be on a scooter or walking if you don't have a car, and you can grind a lot of Pokeballs. Also, you can go ahead and spin gold gyms. If you have gold gyms in your area, if you don't know what a gold gym is, it's a gym that you've interacted with a lot, you've raided, defended, all that stuff, and you've gotten to the gold level. Gold gyms will get you more items when you go ahead and spin them. So going to an area where you have a lot of gold gyms will also increase the amount of Pokeballs you can get. You can also go ahead and power up Pokestops. It's not really the most effective method, but if you power up a Pokestop, you will get more items when you spin them. So maybe powering up some Pokestops along your grinding route will allow you to just be a bit more efficient with your Pokeball collecting, and also use golden lure modules. If you don't know how to get golden lure modules, you're gonna need a Nintendo Switch with the Scarlet and Violet game, and you can send a Pokemon from Pokemon Go into that game. I'll link below a video up here if you wanna know how to do that. And every 5 days you do that, you will get a golden lure, which is an item you can drop, and for 30 minutes, that Pokestop will give you you so many more items. There's something called a golden lure module party in Pokemon Go where a bunch of trainers will get golden lures because you can only hold one at once. You guys will find a good area and you guys all will drop golden lures at the same time and you'll just run around that area spinning stops as much as you can. You can grind so many Pokeballs in that time because you're just getting like times 10 the amount of items, and you'll also even get some Gimmighoul coins to evolve your Gimmighouls. But obviously I know this is not possible for everyone. Some of you guys are in those rural areas and can't really grind a lot of Pokeballs and spin a lot of stops. So other than spinning the stops you do have, I always recommend opening your gifts every single day. Right now you can open 20 gifts a day, and I would say that would average out to potentially up to 30 Pokeballs a day, which by no means is anything to sleep on. In 30 days, if you get 30 Pokeballs a day, you're gonna get 900 Pokeballs from here until GoFest. Now, obviously that includes not using the Pokeballs or throwing them, which is going to be hard, but if you really wanna maximize on GoFest, consider trimming down on how many Pokeballs you use, open your gifts every single day if you're in a rural area so you can grind a lot and be ready for that event and not really be capped out. I also know if you have like no Pokeballs and use the daily adventure incense, then you'll get like a free, is it 50 or 100? You'll get a bunch of free Pokeballs as well. So that can be great for anyone in rural areas with not a lot of Pokeballs. Get your Pokeball number really low, use your daily adventure incense, and you'll get a couple Pokeballs. If you do need friends to add to go ahead and open those gifts, by the way, I will link below the Discord, Pokédex Discord. Go in there, there's a friend channel. You can drop your friend code in there and add plenty of people around the world. We have thousands of members, so you'll have no problem filling up your friends list and making sure you're getting enough gifts to open every day. But a huge problem you guys might be asking is, Dax, I have a lot of Pokeballs, but I don't have the space to hold them in my item bag. So let me quickly run through how to manage your item bag storage to make sure you can fit all these Pokeballs, because this is gonna be very important during GoFest and before. So first of all, potions in terms of the ones I like to keep. I only really keep potions and max revives. You can keep revives, regular revives, if you don't have a lot of the max revives, but definitely I will not keep too many of these. You can probably get away with 100 potions, 100 max revives, and do even know during GoFest, if you're gonna be doing the Necrozma raids, you're gonna be getting a lot of potions at the same time. So you can actually even skim this down to like 50 of each, because again, the more you raid, the more potions you actually end up getting. In terms of Pokeballs, again, 80% of my storage, most of my storage I want through Pokeballs. Right now, I'd even argue I'm a little low. Obviously, I have like 1,800 regular Pokeballs, but look at my storage, it's maxed out. I want to try to get more of these. In terms of berries, I only keep pineapples, golden raspberries, and silver pineapple berries. Pineapple berries and silver pineapples are great for getting more candies, and obviously golden raspberries for catching legendaries. But I even see some arguments for some people who like to keep nana berries to catch, you know, shadow legendaries and stuff like that. So you can go ahead and consider keeping those, but that's what I will keep. And honestly, generally, I will just keep all my golden raspberries and silver pineapples and then delete the pineapples until you have an amount that's happy with you. You only really need like 100 pineapples. You can get away with that. Gifts, all this stuff doesn't take space. Premium items here, I don't recommend deleting at all. Instead, use these items during GoFest, save them for that. Obviously, you have rare candy and rare XL candy are gonna be huge eaters of your bag. As always, I recommend dumping my rare candies into legendaries or one-time mythicals. When I say one-time mythicals, I mean things like Zarude. I mean things like Zygarde. I mean things like Mew. This is not a Mew, but there, Mew at the bottom. Things you can only get one of is gonna be your best use of rare candies and rare XL candies. But you can also dump it into legendaries. I will link below the best Pokemon to power up in Pokemon Go video, where you can check out all the best legendaries in Pokemon Go and which ones would be worth dumping your rare candies into. Raid passes, obviously you keep all those. You're gonna wanna use those during GoFest. Sames with lures. In terms of charge TMs and elite charge TMs, don't delete your elite charge TMs. In terms of fast and regular charge TMs, you can probably go ahead and delete them. I usually keep 50 fast TMs, 100 charge TMs. If you are a little bit more skimpy on space, you can go with like 25 fast and 50 charge. I like to keep, you know, a 1-to-2 ratio between the two. And then in terms of evolutionary items, I obviously keep 10 of each except 40 Sinnoh Stones, 40 Unova Stones. But again, you can bring this number down if you'd like. I think overall, the number one thing with the storage is try to just cram as many Pokeballs as you can in there, because those are gonna be your best friend during GoFest. Like if you need to delete berries to make space for Pokeballs, definitely a worth trade-off. But that also brings up the topic of storage and how to manage your storage space. And the number one thing I want you guys to set up before GoFest and start getting ready now is something I call quick search threads. Now, how you're gonna do this is you're gonna come to the GoFest webpage here. You're gonna go ahead and scroll down and you're gonna see the different habitats we're getting throughout the day. The Dawn Meadows, Shining Day, Creeping Dusk, and Night habitat. And you're gonna see all these Pokemon spawning here. And what I want you to do is you're gonna come through all these Pokemon and you're going to start to write down the Pokemon you do not want to transfer. If you're confused what Pokemon you're gonna want to keep, which ones are meta relevant, you can wait to do this until I drop my tips video where I will break down every habitat and the best spawns. But just for comparison here, we're gonna go with, for example, not Pidgey and exclamation point, which means not Axew, because we don't want to transfer our Axews during the day, and not Dratini, and not Jangmo-o. And you're gonna do that with every single Pokemon from all the habitats that you do not want to be transferring during the day. Then you're gonna add not 4-star and not Shiny, and you're gonna add age 0. What this is gonna do is it's going to search all the Pokemon that are 1 day old, aka you caught during GoFest, that are not the Pokemon you included on your list. They're also not hundos and they're not shinies. So what you can do then is you can go ahead and long hold here, click select all, and transfer all those Pokemon, allowing you to quickly make storage during the day. Let's say during the day you're grinding, max storage, you can quickly search this search thread, go ahead, long hold, transfer, and you know you're not transferring anything valuable that you might want to trade later or IV check later. You can even come into your search bar after, click see more. At the top here, you're gonna see the recent searches. If you long hold on that, it will actually save the search into your favorites. You can even rename it here. I'm gonna search it like GoFest transfer. Well, I can't. GoFest Tran, we're gonna name it that. So during the day, haha, I'm grinding, blah, 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 catching this Hoppip, and I can quickly come into my storage, be like, oh, I need space, bang, see more, GoFest Tran, bang, long hold, transfer, I have a bunch of space. Definitely go ahead and set those up. It's gonna be super vital for you during GoFest. And again, stay tuned for my tips video where I'll break down all the best spawns and the ones you would probably want to include in that search thread to not transfer an IV check later because they're meta relevant. Next up, we gotta talk about megas, guys. If you don't know, megas in Pokemon Go are super valuable because when you mega evolve a Pokemon, you'll get more candy, XP, and XL candy for Pokemon you catch of that type. You're obviously gonna wanna have a mega Pokemon active during GoFest to make sure you're maximizing on candy, whether that's for raid Pokemon or wild spawns. But not all megas are treated the same because megas have levels. If you don't know, here on a mega Pokemon, you can go ahead and click it and it'll show you the levels. You have the base level, high level, and max level. And obviously, as the level gets higher, you get more bonuses, with the max level being the best. But not all megas just come with the max level. To get a max level mega, you actually need to mega evolve that Pokemon 30 days in a row. For example, this Gyarados here, I need to mega evolve 29 more days before I can get the max level. Obviously, we have 30 days in GoFest, so this is perfect for you guys to start leveling up your megas. What I always recommend doing is making a mega level up tag. So you'll make a tag, call it mega up, or whatever you want to call it really. Add that Pokemon to that tag, add any megas you want to that tag, and then once a day, you'll come into your mega level up tag, you'll come in here and you'll go ahead and mega evolve the Pokemon once, even if it costs you mega energy, just to go ahead and mega evolve it, so you can go ahead and get that point towards it leveling up. And then you'll do that with all the other megas. Again, level up your megas before GoFest. Okay, we've talked about everything in game, but there's something a lot of people sleep on, and that's IRL Prep. Because Pokemon Go is a game where you're gonna be going outside, you're gonna be grinding all day, you're gonna be sweating, all that stuff. So it's not important to just know the best spawns and the best ways to get Pokeballs, etc. You also need to know how to maximize your body. That sounded kind of wrong, but you're gonna get the point. First of all, before GoFest, I want you guys to prep the night before. The saying goes, someone who fails to prepare is preparing to fail. So make sure the night before you go ahead and pack a bag, get it all ready. Set a reminder right now on your phone to start packing your bag. Speaking of bags, I want you guys to make sure you have the proper bag. And I think there's 2 ways you go ahead and take this. First of all, I like to use something like this. This is called, people call them like fanny packs or like side sling bags. I've even heard the term bum bags. This pretty much the bag goes on you on the side. It's great to go ahead and fit in your chargers, anything you might need, your auto catcher, etc. If you need a little more space, you can go with like a full-on backpack. I like the ones with the hip straps here on the side. Allows you to kind of, hold that weight on your hips, like a hiking bag kind of, allowing you to just kind of feel a little bit better throughout the day, not have as much weight on your shoulders. But again, whatever works for you, however much stuff you're gonna need, prepare accordingly. Now in that bag, obviously you're gonna wanna make sure you pack water, most important thing, make sure you have plenty of water, or at least ways to get water throughout the day. Snacks is very important, obviously trail mix, a very boring snack, but a very energizing one at that. You can even go ahead and bring like dark chocolate, good source of energy, dried fruit, different stuff like that, stuff that won't, go too bad during the day. Some people even will bring coolers and ice packs in their bags to have like a cold sandwich or whatever you enjoy, enjoy the day. Treat yourself. Obviously other stuff to include battery pack and charger, make sure you have that stuff, your auto catcher, and different stuff like that. Finally, make sure you throw in some sweaters, whatever, depending on the weather. And that is one tip. Make sure you check the weather the day before. And I say the day before because weather can change. Like sometimes I'll check a week before and it says it's raining, and then GoFest is the nicest day of the year. So the day before, check it and then throw in anything you might need. If it ends up raining, bring a rain jacket. You can even bring an umbrella hat. I have worn them before. It's pretty much an umbrella on your head, allows you to play Pokemon Go hands-free. You look insane doing it, but still, if you're gonna grind, it can be a decent way. Just watch out for the wind, or you can just bring a regular umbrella. Oh, and also sunscreen. If it's gonna be really hot, obviously for us as well here in Canada, it gets really hot and sunny. Make sure you put on your sunscreen before. Overall, just don't sleep on prepping your IRL self because it's just still very important to make sure you take care of your body during a hard day like GoFest. Also, the night before, I recommend doing this right now, set a reminder to charge all of your stuff. Charge your phone, your auto catcher, your battery pack. The amount of times I've woken up, or I think it's happened like 2 or 3 times, where Pokemama is like, oh, I'm like, it's GoFest today, and she's like, oh, I forgot to charge my battery pack. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Pokemama. Yes, guys, set a reminder the night before to charge it, so you make sure you're all ready now. You can do that now and you won't forget, and it won't be a problem for you. Again, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. In topic of preparations, we gotta talk about plans, because having all this stuff doesn't really mean much if you don't know what you're gonna do during the day. So the number one thing I always recommend doing right now is to start getting yourself used to the local community you have, and make plans with your friends. If you're in a rural area, this is gonna be your first Go Fest, you don't know where to play, maybe join a local Facebook or Discord group. You can search, Chicago Pokemon Go group, and get familiar with the people in there and ask them what they're gonna be doing during Go Fest. What grinding routes will they be going to? What park will they be going to? And try to get in on those plans. Making a plan for the day is just gonna be so much better than just aimlessly walking around. In this plan, you can obviously include food stops, when you're gonna stop for lunch, where you're gonna stop for lunch, where can you get more water, where can you go to the bathroom, etc., etc. Make sure all this stuff is kind of thought into the process. It doesn't need to be baked in insane, but it can be very useful to have this stuff in mind. Trust me, when it's 12 and you're hungry and you have to go to the bathroom, you want to know where you're going. So don't sleep on making plans. Again, get your backpack ready the night before and message your friends so you make sure you have a good time. And the final thing I'm going to mention here is going to be basic Pokemon Go skills. There's a couple tips in Pokemon Go, like the quick catch technique, allowing you to catch Pokemon quicker, which can be a very, very useful technique to use during Go Fest to maximize, but it takes some time and some practice. Also, getting better at throwing excellent throws and great throws and all that stuff could be very useful as well. So I recommend you guys practice those things. I'm gonna link below videos on how to do those things below and how to get better at them. You have 30 days, but just working on improving those is just gonna allow you to have a better Go Fest experience if you're able to quick catch versus it being your first day ever using the quick catch technique. Also, I say this, but Go Fest can be a very exhausting day mentally and physically if you're gonna be walking a lot. So maybe try to incorporate some fitness into your daily lifestyle. Moving up to Go Fest, you can kind of get your body ready for a big day of walking if that is your plan. I remember when I was undergoing chemo and I had a little bit more weight on me, grinding out throughout the whole day was really, really tough on me and took a huge toll on me. But over the years, I've been running, I've been going out on walks more frequently, and I've just been getting more comfortable with being on my feet. And it can be great for these next 30 days for you to get more used to that, so it's not as much of a shock when it comes for Go Fest. Obviously, I say this with no offense, but I just want to get you guys ready. At the end of the day, guys, Go Fest is all about having fun. If you are like, Dax, this is literally so try hard, like why are you so insane? If you don't want to do any of this stuff, don't do it. I just want to make sure you guys have the resources and potentially have the options if you're interested in how to be fully maximized on this event. Nonetheless, if you guys want to learn how to manage your Pokemon storage space before Go Fest, watch the video below. I hope this video helped you guys and you guys are excited. Go Fest 30 days away. Let's get hyped. We'll see you guys in the next one. Follow for tips. Peace.